Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Mark Aspinall. I'm the Group Chief Commercial Officer of MultiBank Group. And here with my colleagues here will introduce themselves and give you a little flavor about MultiBank Group as a established organization, but also our movement into the crypto market and our upcoming MUG token.
My name is Courtney Simmons, so I head up the rate portfolio of the MultiBank Group and lead on the rate acquisition for the MultiBank IO venture.
Hi everyone, Zach, founder and CEO of MultiBank IO, our crypto MultiBank Group, and Chief Business Officer of MultiBank.
So, by way of introduction, MultiBank Group is an established financial derivative trading house established in 2005 in Irvine, California. We have grown over the last 20 years to an entity with over 600 employees, 17 regulatory licenses across 25 different offices, and we transact up to $55 billion of volume daily to over 2 million clients globally. Within the trade finance space, we are one of the largest global companies, and that is what makes it a very exciting opportunity for us to move more into the crypto space to attract a wider audience base. So it's just some pre-facts of MultiBank right now. In 2024, we generated $362 million of revenue, making $275 million net in EBITDA. Now, I doubt there are many other entities at TOKEN2049 who are in the process of launching their own token who are able to compete anywhere near those existing financial infrastructure. In addition to that, we have no debt, a clean balance sheet, and we are owned by one individual with an asset value of $29 billion. And I repeat that, $29 billion. That makes us, again, a very unique entity, not just within the financial space, but within the global space. These are the areas we have licenses. Actually, Courtney, do you want to talk us through our licenses? Because understand, regulatory infrastructure is key to all financial markets.
Yep, thanks, Mark. So in our traditional business, MultiBank has artillerized themselves with a very core regulatory portfolio. That is strategically to ensure business continuity, but it allows us to have tailored offerings and very aggressive marketing campaigns worldwide. So we utilize those 17 regulations, which are growing annually, to market and run our 26 office locations, and have got the same modus operandi with the digital venture. We're aggressively acquiring licenses, which for us is a lot easier because we work in these spaces, we work with these regulators for a very long time. So our pre-existing rapport and unblemished records really add value to that process and expedite the regulatory expansion with the MultiBank IO venture.
No, I think a lot of people use those global regulation that we all the decentralized bros out there don't really see necessity for crypto. But I think really for crypto to grow, let's go. We all agree on that. We need some regulatory framework. You see kind of some of the things that happened recently on the UA space for risk management of tokens, previous exchanges collapsing due to the punishment. I think that's something that we're trying to bring to the table, accountability sake, and doing that, in a fit and proper way through proper regulation.
Yeah, I think it's an unpopular opinion, but I think in order to have the widespread adoption, there's going to need to be some regulatory regime. We know that some jurisdictions have been a little too aggressive and heavy-handed, but we do think that, again, the value of us is that we can work quite collaboratively with these regulators or if we already have a pre-existing license and help or at least have input into tailoring the regime to be commercially viable and encourage a business. But on top of that, avoiding the fines protection that they used to in traditional finance days.
I think also Rick adoption. I mean, our use case here in the UAE with Bara, we got our broker dealer and exchange license, and along with that, we got our sense of across the UAE approval for us having a Black Funny account. It helps us onboard Dirham provides locally to the other big crypto. We actually got that before you got approved by Bara, and that stemmed from our reputation and our quality said relationships with regulators. And we stand today, we're the only company in the UAE who are actually regulated by both ESCA and Bara.
CVED. And I think that everyone here will agree that what we all need within the crypto community is mass adoption. And mass adoption really only ever happens when there's confidence in the market and the trust. And regulation is key in developing that trust to develop mass adoption. Now, we already have experience from our own journey over the last 20 years of working with regulators, for example, in the CFD market. Back in 2005, 6, 7, if you dealt with any regulator on what was FX, what was a CFD, they didn't have a clue. You had to work with the regulator to educate them on how to properly manage a product that was going to succeed regardless, into how they can bring it into mainstream in a safely supported environment. So we now actively work with a number of regulators on exactly the same journey. How do you regulate cryptocurrency? How do you make it accessible yet safe? And that for us is one of the key reasons that we are in this market here today. Bring our expertise and understanding into a market that actually we know can and should be the future.
I think to echo that sentiment, Mark, I think we've got a lot of confidence with regulators, with consumers and the like, because we know how to operate in a regulated regime. A lot of our competitors, as regulation evolves, it's still a new sentiment to us. That's something that it's very immediate to us in our business.
Superb. So I'm using my technology, the little blipper here. I've just moved on to the next slide, which is something I've already touched on, which is the financials. So as you can see, we are an extremely solid, very strong entity. We have a very strong balance sheet. And again, that makes us a strong, secure, reputable entity in which to transact with. So again, as we say, you will hear this around the conversation: strength, resilience, infrastructure. So, do you want to just talk us through the structure of the entity and the different business levels we have?
Yeah, so what we'd really try to do is not just bring in a utility token. There's this crypto token that works on a crypto platform and how it's made of. We've actually built it our own ecosystem. So we've done that by dividing into three main pillars. The first one being our FX and CFD industry, which Mark was saying that that's over $56 billion a day volume, 2 million clients. We'll be the first fight company to launch a token with a utility on that platform. And that overall predict is a free-care adoption from the chat buyer to crypto, not because it's crypto that took to be issues behind it. And that's so that standard across some prover trading, social trading, coffee trading software, and many different aspects of our my business. Our second pillar is our interconnectivity platform, where we're using the blockchain as our filter. We create EPU concept with the interbank trading world, specify with metric, and which will have all the actions for everybody. So the buyer load it, the sends monitor what it is, the people are doing in your apply. And then the third pillar is our IO crypto platform. We could anticipate computing audio over the next year. It should be $3 billion. As I said, that's a recreational platform. Who's the whole pickies, breaking me the pictures that the turbo operators get personal safety at school.
So just to further sort of elaborate on the points with our existing business, 1/3 of our active users within the TradFi space actively trade crypto and hold crypto wallets. He transacts and funds using crypto. See, what that tells it was the difference in the distance between the TradFi and the crypto world become less and less with every month and every day. Therefore, our focus is not to bring crypto to our users. No, it's to create a trading venue. Our job is to provide our clients with tradable assets that they find of interest, to simplify it, to make it easy, to make them trade Eurodollar alongside Bitcoin, alongside the latest derivatives, the latest perps. And that is our module. We are not here as crypto snobs. We don't want to make it difficult. We don't want to make it anything other than attractive, tradable product that in turn grows the widest news in the wider market. One comment, and this is something that I'm also very passionate about, is that middle tier, MEX exchange. Now, again, talking about widespread adoption, we're talking about institutions and mainstream institutions becoming crypto savvy and crypto trading. So through our next exchange, we are not only looking to trade existing FX and monetary pairs, but also cryptocurrencies using established trading techniques, algorithms, AI, order types, only ever seen in the institutional space, with execution times, for example, in nanoseconds, which our next exchange has. What we want to do is actually make the trading products the leading global institutions, both within the regions and globally, to access every single asset type that they in turn meet. And with that, we go to the next one. So we've already discussed this. This is our existing business. Anything to add to it?
Yeah, well, this week is the Papo could find ourselves operate Papo to tax it up, right? Thanks a bit where you really type on market, you put into it. We'll be on the next 5 days, but
I must admit, we're clearly causing quite a buzz, judging by the background noise. This is great to hear. And so, yeah, this is what drives $55 billion of daily volume, which is transacting to probably 30 to 40,000 active traders a day, which I'm sure any of you that are CEOs of crypto exchanges, that's volume that you would find extremely, extremely attractive. And we do that. We've probably traded already, as I sit here today, we've probably traded $25 to $30 billion by count.
so this is someone came down with the people and said the big utility benefit card using your books and refer links from the person pick up this app that the people bought and then relate some information into the peer you will of a crypto you is a view.
Right. At MEX Exchange, obviously, I just spoke about that earlier, and I talked about the execution, the ECN, the trading of both TradFi and crypto products. But actually, something that is more important than the venue itself is the settlement. So what is here is that MEX Exchange will not only provide a venue in which to trade digital currencies, but to settle. Because by being able to control the settlement, you are able to control the onboarding, and in turn, you're able to allow banks, brokers, hedge funds from global regions, not just major primary markets, but the secondary and third markets that we're seeing develop not only in the GCC, but in Central Asia, Southeast Asia, to be able to trade and settle their currencies. Now, a model that we are building out, which is really something quite unique, is the cross-margining of these positions. So, if you trade USD or you trade USDT, typically, if you're long and short in both, you hold two positions. You in turn need to settle. By effectively cross-margining USD and USDT, you are creating an environment, an ecosystem that enables you to net flat and therefore have exposure to a wider currency, a wider instrument list without the same drawdown on your balance sheet. So this is something that is truly exciting and truly unique that MEX Exchange will deliver to you and your business.
I think those are a couple of that. One of the birds of leap case, they launching a crypto exchange, is really dealing with our clients and usually with our counterparties and making sure that they are above board. And one of those patients were in examples with TOKEN2049. And the security is a lead road to on the platform level, checking balance sheets and making sure there's no gas supply US. When you compare that to what's happening in crypto, they goes in the sub-cryptos. And that was one of the biggest hurdles that we pay. And again, that's as we talked earlier for crypto adoption and getting, super one mainstream. That's going to probably from institution and sent by institution are going to find it very difficult, give my reasons to get into the guild because of these hurting. So we collected the prime broker model, which we like to call precision and, basically serious sake compliance and take up a show up on years. They make people distribution, yeah. So you mentioned this one, and then we do the geometry, so you could be through more. Perfect. We will be testing later. Quick view of this. Yeah, so this week is all through the crypto is saying that, a typical spot that dirt is trading capital. We all pretty get some assets as well. We was able to trade USDT gold, BTC oils, or make it not synthetic, but actual buy förluster aktieplatser over market. We see a person inside the synthetic tab. You see a needs gap to bit surprising between the underlying product goes as you open on the platform. And so keep a little bit to what solves the bulky back is the equal rate gauge doser well. On top of that, it isn't on the slide, but today we'll announce a draft rate deal where we're tokenizing $8 billion worth of assets in the UAEs. One of them is to be the rich Baltic residents. He thought of Algeria ASI. This is a pay 8% yield per year, paid daily after 1 month with the stock is invested at $60. I think there's it's defined a thing that MultiBank can offer against the history, regulation, and team records, more metric that we got that team like people. On top of that, people are not that respectful. So you never will find one about it. So all the regulation, the team will that kind of history gives us the opportunity to create collect to the people pay like a rich golden memory. So about to do a passionate product. And the utilities that are usual companies utilities have to be in terms of how that you will be getting the early access to all the content part for token volatility will be pretty compensated support it's the utility as well. And you be trying to maximize the token to accessible and regular via our platform as much as possible to your time. You no.
So it is practice to our reg portfolio. The Florida MultiBank Group has a very strategic way of acquiring licenses, multi-nationally, that it covers not only our key jurisdiction, but also allows a rate portfolio which allows us to tailor the product, the operate, and the incentives for the client depending on which they sign up for. This strategy has been copied over to digital enterprise. We anticipate aggressive acquisition or multi licenses. And I guess this kind of iterates the fact that our ability to target a new jurisdiction, get license, and launch with existing banking partners in the region is amplified. The presence of MultiBank Tactic has a key interest in the EMEA region. We've got licenses over Asia, we've got licenses in Australia, Europe, and we emulate that sentiment in MultiBank Bio. Even attempt, I guess, as BAS regimes are rolled out, to have just as large a portfolio of digital side.
What are the things we built into the group to also tie Jerry. You with like a flow, the wire convert model. So we actually facilitate people or trading fee the W got support all to the first year. When you're taking in around pieces and the billion probably worth of actual revenue by tacker per, and that's going to scale over the next 4 years to around 5 grand a year. With the idea of growing at least 60% of growing resources out there.
And what's really important about it, that this is revenue from across the business. So from that $55 billion of gaming dollars of TradFi business, we are committing a percentage of every trade to buy back the NBG token. Now, that I'm not aware of any other buyback and burn project or offering that takes an existing revenues from existing financially very strong business to invest in their token. And I think that makes us pretty unique and a very, very exciting proposition. So this is our roadmap. And the good thing about having 600 people, a balance sheet in excess of $600 million, revenues of $362 million, is that you can be very aggressive on your roadmap and the ability to develop, because you're not waiting for further investment, because that investment already sits in your business. So we have a long history of delivering, hence we sit before you today having delivered. So I think it's important to run through some of the key elements here that we have mapped out to really create the trading venue across all the financial assets.
Top of that, Mark, about crypto projects out there, there's a load to go to the race for friendly puppy too. We speak it in opposite direction. We actually try to start the really break a fund up flights and show people that we are capable of doing this, and then not sugarcoat it. So, not, the need us to make the years of anchor, delay the, products putting out. So we don't have that's credit to the team, to show how serious we are. It's characters the piece of from this what we wanted to bring for the what.
I was going to say, we're sat in front of some of the goodies down there, but I can tell you that Q2, we're launching directed trading. Absolutely, you launch that on Monday. We've developed a sophisticated spot trading product for those waiting to see us watch. We are launching our token on June the 2nd, which is obviously something that you will be talking about and further. So, candidly, we are a company delivery. We are a high-performance company. We demonstrated this. And for us, this is a really, really exciting juncture. And to be clear, this isn't a bunch of TradFi people moving into crypto. We have hired industry experts and leading individuals to ensure we can balance the requirements of the delivery with the ability to grow back.
Now, Mark, this is definitely your policy in terms of big in AI, something you can avoid the trade. With the minute or show interest is around 8% of actual retail failures or some sort of AI. We will fund to execute that trade. And this is something that we take seriously, and we go to our loyalty market with those battery to 50 for AI. Then the more that's a trace that we can get to as a shade or what.
We are, first of all, I know there is a lot of projects, there's a lot of businesses that talk about AI and how they lose it. And we are in 2016 in the growth of the crypto business in AI right now. And AI is not to be confused with machine learning, not to be confused with algorithms. We've seen that development and that growth. So where does a company like MultiBank use AI, and where are we using AI more evolved? So first of all, AI brings efficiencies in the market. It removes human nature, which often is the weakest point in the financial markets. So what we are starting to see and what we are working to develop is rate of volume, greater efficiency, execution, depth of liquidity management. And these are the important things. In our next exchange, we are the first institution hackable to actually determine which LP gets hit with what order based on our AI that we will develop, a continuously learning algorithm that picked what order type needs to be executed by what broker at what particular time. Now, that is AI within the trading market. And AI, there will at times, but personally, I think AI in terms of most liquid instruments would be picked, no question. And I expect 95% plus of all as execution to have AI generation by flavor. I still think it's some of the smaller instruments are less liquid. I think AI can struggle to learn at this stage in terms of some nuances or some and more unpredictable methods. But actually, I think that will develop and mature over time. But also, company like just, we use AI in our pipe top boarding, our pipe pipe, of course, our risk management as well. So AI across our business is vital for the further development and growth as we move into 2026 and beyond.
I think as a last, you also use that. Anybody trading out there, especially when you first start, you enter the market and you tend to make up a certain long limit orders, and I guess don't say at this point, being a beginner. One of the things are that when you go into execute a trade, it has to give you a congestion. So it looks a couple, like there's already five, whether it be an ad turn or a slide order, and it'll sum up to the best appreciate that it at that point to try get the best ROI. And it was this execute one specific break card, it will execute no trade, it had to go hillside at the market depth happens you can see on patron or several different execution cards. So if you do it noise volume, it might be by edit at a slice order where it played a mill could be 30 seconds, and then after that 5 bill of your remaining 5 that is essentially the order, we did it to a 9 per order and give you the damn power one. So I think this is back and pick the I think we'll kind of win the next level of AI career capability of pay.
As we get these sort of side glance from the side, you're out to Harura. Look, it's been a pleasure to introduce MultiBank and our project and our business to you all. So thank you very much. Are there any questions?
Please, John. This is Mr. Bardobi. Yeah, so I had 2 questions, buddy. The first question is, does the token also, can you fund your CFD account using your token? And the second would be, how can I buy a token? Because I checked, I can't buy it right now, right? Yeah, so you'll be able to use the CFD RFPD token as platform of the CFD card. Say good. Yeah, if you said they do that. Yeah, as we'll be launching about the 2nd of June. So as that is in TG, how put one of the two. Build up.
Guys, first of all, super excited about the products. Honestly, I've been in space for a while and ever seen something like so well thought. So kudos, first of all. And now I'm a huge AI geek. So when I started learning all of your AI routing, what are you guys doing with AI, tons of questions just started in my mind. The first thing is that how you guys approach the actual learning. Because we know most of the crypto market, it's super unpredictable. And AI is not deterministic, comes with a lot of problems as well. So I would love to know how do you guys take care of that?
Answer be correct, which is what I was referring to about the illiquid unpredictability, where I actually think human trader will still below for time beat. What we have the advantages, we have our trap islands from the likes of Eurogold, from gold, from currencies. Just quick comment. Currencies are a $7.5 trillion a day transaction business. Crypto markets are $500 billion. So there is still a long way to go. So in comment, we are using our TradFi learnings in liquidity and debt and transposing that onto the crypto markets. But you are correct. Some of these new points, things like that are so hype and human nature driven, we're going to have to go through quite a few cycles of that before AI can pick up on. Because what you'll find is people start trying to trade against the AI on the liquidity.
We're also untapping it as well. The revenue operation is 2005. It's so long that trade data. So, I would even want to get piece of that. We wouldn't very trade today. You take that, I'll keep you 2005. As a head law lawyers of under federation, you take and they can pass them.
Any chance that you guys in the far future are gonna make this data, not public, not making the model open source, but at least accessible to the users?
So for Next Exchange's product, that is very full because Next Exchange is an exchange venue itself. We've also been supported by trade and news analysis, like a Bloomberg. So absolutely, you'll start to see, and this will be, by the way, on the institutional level, not on the retail level. So you'll have different trading, less interest on the beads, etc., but the major cryptocurrencies. And that therefore will direct and create flow of interest and so people, hedge funds facing it on the one trade is a massive order types. So yes, very much so. Any further questions?
Good be so, you may.
Thanks, everyone. Really good lobby. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.